Is the Realist personality any good? I think so. We're going to find out today in this personality test. Once again, you know the drill by now if you've been here before. If you haven't, welcome to the channel. We're back in South America with Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, and Uruguay, I think. Yeah, wingers, Realist. Let's go. That was, I don't know what the double click was, but it happened. So, yeah, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. Back in South America with Realist Wonderkids. And I do say, if you want a specific personality boosted up the list, do let me know. Well, no one's asked for Realist, to be fair. This was me, because there's a Wonderkid. Wonderkid? No, there's not. He's not even a Wonderkid. He's a regen on the lead save. It's still happening, the lead save. Yeah, I've not uploaded it in 2 months. I'm on season 2, January transfer window. Yeah. There's a Realist Wonderkid who looks... He's probably going to be above average. He's not going to be a world beater, but I want to know if he's going to reach his potential. I want to know if Realist is actually that good of a personality. I've looked at the hidden attributes breakdown. He looks all right, but I want to do the full simulation breakdown because it's going to come to the channel anyway. Why not use this as a platform for my own save game? So I'm recording this before I make that decision if I'm going to buy him. Like I say, he's going to cost me about 8 million. If he improves to where I think he's probably going to, probably get about 30, 35 back. That's the kind of level we're talking. We're not talking like he's the next Ronaldinho. I don't know why I've chosen Ronaldinho, but yeah, maybe because I'm looking at Renato Luis, Brazilian. Back on track. We're already gone way off piste. Get your dabbers out. So Jayhuahua gets distracted. Someone put that in the bingo card on the other video, and that was brilliant. Renato Luis, there he is, and there he is, mid-journeyed out of his mind. And we've got 2 wingers, and that is the breakdown of attributes. We're going to have a quick introduction of all the players. Javier Sanchez, the Uruguayan. Alejandro Rivas, the Colombian. Gonzalo Leal, the Argentinian. And Gabriel Contreras, the Chilean. I can't roll my R's, if anyone didn't know. That was me trying to roll my R's on Contreras. Yeah, pathetic, isn't it? So, while we're on Gabriel Contreras, there is realism. So, realist personality, decent consistency, great important matches, 15 for professionalism, which we have established is one of the cornerstones for any attribute. Any attribute? No. Any personality type. If you've got high professionalism, you're probably going to go far. Ambition at 12 as well isn't too bad. Versatility, loyalty, not really much of a muchness. Pressure at 14 is pretty good. Sportsmanship down at 2. Is that going to be a cause for concern? Probably not. Controversy at 12, again, not a problem. Dirtiness at 12, maybe the odd red card, but nothing really to write home about. We've got good pressure, good professionalism, decent ambition, good important matches. It's probably going to be a decent personality. So we're going to simulate through and see how they get on. So the first season is, of course, just where they go in their first year. But as always, they've got 90 current ability, 200 potential ability. They're 15 years young. They can both play on the right and the left. They are all left-footed, the reasonable right foot. Yeah, there you have it, folks. Let's move forward a year, 2024. Okay, so we are back and it is 2024 and all 5 have found themselves a club and they've all moved up in different capacities. We've got Renato Luis at Palmeiras, Alejandro Rivas at Deportivo Pasto, Gonzalo Leal at Racing Club, Gabriel Contreras at Universidad Católica, and Javier Sanchez at Deportivo Maldonado. And Javier Sanchez has only moved up 1 attribute point, probably because his team he's not got the best facilities. Is that fair? That is fair. By the time they hit 18, I'm thinking they will move in. Look at this. He's actually been moved around in position, although his positioning is 1 as an attribute. I'm more on that in a moment. Nobody else has... So everyone else apart from Renato Luis has actually been played in different positions. Rivas on the right of midfield, Leal as a central midfielder, and Contreras as a defensive midfielder. What on earth are you doing, Universidad Católica? What makes him look like a defensive midfielder? 4 tackling, 1 marking, 2 positioning. Useless. Renato Luis is the best, and if we compare him to, was it Javier Sanchez? It was. So there we go. Look at that. Almost all the way across the board, Javier is worse than Renato, and as you can see from the polygon, it is considerably bigger for Renato Luis. Now, back onto the 1 positioning. The reason I've put them at 1 positioning for this is a little aside, because they're all wingers, and I want them to... Positioning is a very highly weighted attribute for defenders, and I've not given it to them here, because I wonder if they're going to improve their positioning greatly as their inside forwards or wingers, or they're just going to float around and be in the pockets of space and accidentally be in the right place at the right time and dominate in that fashion. However, we're not going to be able to quantify how that's worked or if it has worked at all. So I don't know why I've done that. I do know why I've done that. I thought it was probably a good idea at 3 in the morning when I'd been up already 2 hours because I've got a 6-month-old teething. The nights are getting longer, my sleep is getting shorter, and these experiments are becoming more and more wild with silly ideas. Who thought putting positioning at 1 was a good idea? Me. I'm now doing it. Now I'm trying to explain it. I realise how bloody stupid it was. So on we roll with this experiment. We're not going to let that derail things, because if we let every time I made a mistake derail things, then nothing would ever come out on the channel. So we're in 2024 and we're about to jump through to 2025. As you can see, 20 attribute points for Renato Luis, 1 for Javier Sanchez. They're 16 years old. They're going to be 17 when we come back in 2025. They are all probably still going to be where they are at their current club. So we'll quickly stop in 2025. Just enough time for you to hit that subscribe button. So yeah, let's go. Well, they've all moved up quite considerably, and Javier Sanchez is now at 104, Contreras at 113, Leal at 116, Rivas at 126, and Renato Luis at 129. They are making appearances for their clubs. Rivas has played the most for Deportivo Pasto with 12 goals in 67 games. Not capped for Colombia, but he has been capped at under 20 level. He's playing very well for them, to be fair. He finished 7th in the most recent season. Only halfway through, innit? It's only halfway through. Renato Luis has played 20 times for Palmeiras, 10 in the league. Wow. So all of them have been this season, and they did not win the league. Bad times. Javier Sanchez is not really playing for Deportivo Maldonado, which is a shame. I don't know why he's not playing, because surely they're not that good. They don't play wingers. Why have they signed him then? Why on earth have you signed someone with no intention of playing him? Although the midfield right is actually better, and the midfield left. Okay, fine. I'll let you off. Just this once. There you go. Look at that. Comparing to Renato Luis, and the polygon is just being absorbed by him, as we've seen in the past. Look at that. The attributes are just all weighted in the favour of Renato Luis. It's just a sea of blue, a blue ocean, if you will. One green, long shots. Even height. Renato's grown another centimetre just to rub it in. Javier, I'm backing you. Everyone loves an underdog. I hope Javier makes a big move and gets to his potential. But from the first 2 seasons, and from looking at the attribute breakdown, and from looking at the hidden attribute breakdown for a realist personality, I'm quite confident that actually all 5 of these are going to hit 180 plus. At least 3 are going to get over 190, and at least one of them will hit 200. I do think, though, to be honest, all 5 could. They are still in their respective nations, of course, and we are going to move one more year to 2026. Has anyone got that move in that season? Yes, they have. We've got 2 transfers to speak of and a wanted sign. So, firstly, Alejandro Rivas has gone to Manchester City for £1.9 million. He was playing consistently for Deportivo Pasto, 38 games, 10 goals. Deportivo Pasto did not win the league, sadly. 20 games is the season. Second phase. What is this? First phase, second phase. First phase, Atletico Nacional, finishing 8. What? What is this? I don't know what's going on. Let's get away from this Colombian league. Right, Rivas, gone to Man City, £1.9 million, 25k a week he's on. He's played 3 times for them, twice off the bench, 1 start. Gabriel Contreras has gone to Tottenham Hotspur for £2.4 million and has yet to make an appearance. Although, I do notice 6 caps for Chile, so yeah, Contreras has been capped internationally. And so has the Brazilian Renato Luis, wanted by Olympique Marseille. I'd love him to go to Marseille, because that means another big transfer may be on the horizon not too long after, so we can get a couple of transfers quite quickly. But he's played 33 times in that season for Palmeiras. Unfortunately, is that Flamengo? I don't know. Fluminense? Neymar? Saudi Arabia want him back. Al Hilal don't want him back. Anyway, Racing Club is where Gonzalo Leal is still playing his trade. Javier Sanchez still at Deportivo Maldonado. He has broken into the first team, though, and started playing quite consistently. And he's up at 120, Renato Luis at 148. We are going to compare these two once again. And look at that, an absolute complete immersion of the polygon for Renato Luis. And do we have any attributes bigger for Sanchez? Someone's played Sanchez at centre-back. Have a word. No player, no attribute whatsoever is better for Javier Sanchez. Look at these. Look at they're playing all over the pitch. Why are they playing them everywhere? Contreras has been played as a defensive midfielder to the point he's now unconvincing. Gonzalo Leal is now an attacking midfield centre in an unconvincing fashion. Central midfield as a makeshift. Javier Sanchez as well. Awkward cam, makeshift centre-back. I mean, Jesus. So we've got a wanted for Renato Luis. I think another season, and Gonzalo and Javier will have both moved as well. So 2027, we're on the way. Look at that. 164. Oh, he's gone to PSG. Of course he has. £23 million. We've gone to PSG. Played 10 times, 6 off the bench. Annoying. Rivas still at City. Oh, great. Sanchez has now moved to City. God, City are going to have one on each wing. 575k he paid for him. He's on the loan list. Rivas, 2 caps, 1 goal. He's only made 3 appearances for Man City. However, that being said, he went on loan last season to Blackburn Rovers and played 45 times in the league. 10 goals, 7 assists, 8 player of the matches in a season where Blackburn Rovers were in the playoffs. They got to the playoffs and they lost in the semis, it appears. Yes, they did. They lost 4-3 to Southampton. Unlucky Blackburn. So 164 for Renato Luiz, Rivas at 149. The gulf between these guys now. Contreras at 137 for Spurs. 7 caps for Chile, no goals. He's played 17 times for Tottenham actually. All of them were off the bench in the league. 1 start in the Cup, 1 start in the Champions League or Europe, whatever European trophy they're in. 24 off the bench, 2 starts overall. Premier Division was won by Manchester City, unfortunately. Consolidating has gone to Liverpool for £6.75 million and has made 1 appearance off the bench. 2 starts in the Cups though, and there we go. So let's have a look at Javier Sanchez and Renato Luiz. Why not? Because they've got the top and bottom, and as you can see, complete absorption once again and an ocean of blue once again, although jumping reach for Sanchez has moved to 10 from 9. And Sanchez has had a growth spurt. He's now 3 centimetres bigger. Fair play. All of them bar Sanchez have been capped by their respective nations. No one's running away with it with loads of caps though at the moment, but I'm sure they will. They're only 19. I think already over 160, a couple of them over 140, couple over 130. It's really moving in the right direction. Realist, great personality. So it seems so far. Do we jump 1 year to 2028? Yeah, quickly. Let's jump. Yeah, 1 year to 2028. I mean, it's a bit disappointing, isn't it? They've just been bought by the big clubs because they're South American Wonderkids and they had good personalities and they're just absolutely dominating in their respective leagues. As you can see, 174 to 136 is the breakdown. Not a lot's happened, I don't think. No one's moved. Matey boy's playing for PSG quite considerably. 24 appearances, 17 of those starts. Of course, he's won Liga Uber Eats. PSG, of course, have won 1 Champions League. It was in 2024. Inter Milan are the current Champions League holders. Go on, Inter. Who's the manager there? Simone Inzaghi. In terms of Premier Division, it has been Manchester City who've won it every single year. Bloody hell. Is Pep still there? Of course he bloody is. 2 Champions Leagues as well. Alejandro Rivas, as he played for City. He actually has 27 times. 20 of them were off the bench, but he's now currently a Premier League champion. Oh, and he won the FA Cup with Man City the other season. He just arrived. Man City beating Wolves in the final. Newcastle winning the most recent FA Cup. No trophies for Gonzalo Leal at Liverpool. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't played a lot. To be fair, he's played 15 times actually, but 13 of those were off the bench, annoyingly. But, is what it is what it is. Contreras, as he played much for Spurs, he has 23 times. Again, 17 off the bench. It's not great, is it? Javier Sanchez at Man City, twice off the bench. He needs a loan move or I'm going to fear for him. I want to sort of jump 2 years now to round off the decade and get to 2030, but I'm worried that it's going to be such a jump in ability. I think Renato Luiz is going to be there. So we're going to go to 2029 because I just think Renato Luiz is going to be there by 2030. He's at 189. He's definitely going to be there by next season. And he's pulling absolutely miles clear. He's playing week in, week out for PSG. No wonder he's at 189 now. He is one of the first names on the team sheet. 10 goals, 10 assists, 7 player of the matches. And let's have a quick look at this. PSG, of course, have got Pep in charge. How's that happened? What's happened there? PSG have won the league. Just quickly, let's have a look at the award winners. Most promising player was Ewan Millot. Revelation of the year, Vincent Core. 11 of the season, of course, Renato Luiz was there. Yeremy Pino for PSG as well. Moises Caicedo's there. Vitinha. How much did they pay for him? £224 million from Chelsea. Bloody hell. 185. Best player was Renato Luiz this season. Kylian Mbappe is still at PSG at 30 years old. Yeah, he's there. Ref of the season, Jeremy Pignard. You know. You here for the French perfect player? You'll know. We like to look in on the perfect ref. The referee of the season. So yeah, hang on. Pep's here. Why is Pep here? Luis Enrique left to go and become the manager of Bayern. Because he left to go and become the manager of AC Milan. Although he's wanted by Manchester City. Hang about. He's been at AC Milan for a year. So who's in charge of Manchester City? No one currently. Simone Inzaghi came in, who was at Inter Milan, and he's been sacked. That's not great. I'm thinking they've not won the league. Almost certainly haven't won the league. Now, one moment. We've got Renato Luiz at 189. We've just seen that. We've got a bid on Gabriel Contreras for £108 million from Manchester United. We've got an active transfer under bloody way here. £108 million for a player that has played, again, a lot off the bench for Tottenham. He deserves to be playing a lot more than he is. Gonzalo Leal has played a little bit for Liverpool, but not a lot. Actually, in this last season, he's played one game. That's disappointing. He needs to get out on loan. He's at 151. Javier Sanchez is at Reading on loan from Man City, capped by Uruguay now. He's on his way back very, very soon. In terms of Reading, 35 games, 9 goals. Has that propelled them to, third? Bloody hell. This is Sky Bet League One. I thought Wrexham were about to be in the Premier League then, in League One. Nearly got promoted to the Championship. Right. So, I mean, he's at 149 now, so he's actually not too bad. Renato Luiz, again, is absolutely, completely absorbing the whole attribute breakdown. And look at that. I mean, Renato Luiz is one of the best players in the world right now. And we will be checking on Ballon d'Ors at the end. He is currently he's only capped 9 times by Brazil, 6 goals. I'm disappointed that he's not got more caps so far. Why hasn't he got more caps? I mean, Vinicius Jr. is at 184, a great player. I mean, they've got a lot of good players that he's probably not really had a look in until he's sort of overtaken, because Gabriel Martinelli at 180, Rodrigo at 178, Marcus Leonardo, wanted by Lazio, contracted to Marseille, was at Fulham, went to Fulham. Go on, lad. 6.75 million. Bargain. So who won the Premier League then? It was Liverpool who won the Premier League, and unfortunately, Gonzalo Leal does not get a Premier League trophy. He never bloody played, did he? Marco Rose attacking. Oh, that's why he's not playing. This is his formation. Not playing wingers. Then you need to sell him now. So there you go. That's why he's not playing, because they don't have wingers. Right. So Renato Luiz is going to be there by 2030. This has been another long stop in. I didn't think we'd be here this long. 2030 then. Just stopping in here at 2030, and he's at 198. He's basically there. He's wanted by Man City. So that firstly, Alejandro Rivas is at Manchester City. 179 out of 200. Played 36 times last season. 14 goals under Matthias Darm, aka Thomas Tuchel's brother. And they did win the league back. Fair play to them. So he's now a Premier League champion, surely. Domestic treble, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, Players Young Player of the Year, Season Best 11, Champions League Young Player of the Season, Alejandro Rivas. What a season for the 22-year-old Alejandro Rivas. Remember the name. Renato Luiz at 198, as I say, wanted by Man City. PSG, of course, won the league. Of course they bloody won the league. Oh, hang on. They won the Champions League last season. Renato Luiz is a Champions League winner. Bench Cup, Liga, Champions League, Bench Cup. He's won loads. He's done bloody loads, hasn't he? Contreras went to Manchester United and he was for 120 million. So 108 rising to 120 with add-ons. 35 games, 10 goals. We didn't look where Man United finished in the league. Let's have a quick look at that. The Man City won the league. Liverpool down in 5th. Manchester United in 7th. Winning the Europa League. I would have thought Androni Iraola is the manager. The Europa League, there you go. 2030. Yes, they won the Europa League. Fair play. So Contreras is a Europa League winner. He's got himself. Bristol City getting Conference League football. Bloody hell. I just completely interrupted myself and lost where I was. Yeah, so he's won a trophy at United. Good signing. As I say, Gonzalo Leal not played at all really for Liverpool. Another season without playing a singular game. Marco Rose, he's got a tactic. He likes it. He doesn't want his winger. Sell him then. Honestly, get him sold. Why don't they sell him if you don't want him? You look how much he's worth. You could, if you got 70, 80 million for him, you'd be laughing because you could go and reinvest that in a central attacking midfielder. 70 million profit. Easy. Javier Sanchez is wanted. He's asking to leave, get into the national setup. He's got 15 caps, so I assume he's in the national setup. He's at 149. Dortmund, Stuttgart, Juve and Leipzig are chasing him, but Gonzalo hasn't moved from 151 for over a season. And that's the problem. You get a player, then they stop playing. Even with a good personality, they're not going to do much going forward. We're going to jump forward in slightly bigger increments, I think, because Renato's got there. So we're going to go through 3 years now to 25 years old. So there should be quite a lot to look in 3 years. Okay, so Renato Luiz has moved from PSG for £155 million. That's a bargain. I'm sorry. He was at 200 in terms of his ability, and he moved last season in January to Newcastle, where he was just dominating Liga. I mean, PSG are just absolutely walking away with it. Jurgen Klopp's now in charge because Pep went to become the manager of Valencia. What? I'm sorry? Valencia? Have they had a tycoon? Because 450k a week. Valencia. Yeah, there you go. Tycoon in 2025. Nicholas Stewart. Fine. Because in real life, they're not doing the best, are they? 22-23, they finished 16th. In the first season of this, 11th. Tycoon sort of comes in, but they managed to get themselves up around here and, yeah, doing quite well. So Pep's gone in. I mean, look at that. He's invested in the facilities. They've got some good players. They've got some good players now, and Pep is in charge. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see them winning some trophies in the near future. But I just can't get over Pep leaving to go to Valencia. So Jurgen Klopp, he left Liverpool and went to Inter, and then now he's come to PSG. Renato Luiz going to Newcastle. We're going to look in on the Premier League soon. So the next player up is Manchester City's Alejandro Rivas at 198. Again, a phenomenal talent. He's done pretty well for them, playing week in, week out, getting a 7.82 and a 7.81 in consecutive seasons. The triple header, double figures or goals, assists, player of the matches, and then he just missed out with only getting 9 player of the matches in the most recent season. Contreras at United is at 188 and not doing too badly. Not doing too badly whatsoever. We'll check in on the trophies in a moment. Gonzalo Leal has left Liverpool for £38.5 million and gone to Lazio, where he's actually been appreciated. He went on loan in the January of 2031-32 season. 16 games, 6 goals, 3 assists, 4 player of the matches. And was that a mandatory future fee or optional? Whatever it was paid £38.5 million, 35 games, 9 goals, 10 assists, 10 player of the matches in Serie A, where Inter Milan have been on an absolute tear. Bloody hell. Lazio finishing 4th, Champions League football. Lazio finishing 2nd there. Who's the manager of Inter? Thomas Tuchel. Hang on, he left Man City 2030, went to Real Madrid. So who's in charge of Man City then? Vinny Comp, probably. Luis Enrique. Of course he is. And Javier Sanchez has gone to Borussia Dortmund. He's wanted by Inter. He's at 166, so he's actually been playing a little bit, got a little bit better. Left Man City for £38 million. They made a great profit on him. They were just never doing anything with him. And in terms of the Bundesliga, it's been Bayern Munich, hasn't it? Stuttgart won it a few years ago, but Dortmund might have snuck one in the last few years. They haven't. So the Premier League, 3 times in a row for Man City. Built this up. Thought Newcastle might have done it. 100 points. To be fair, Newcastle finished 4th, 3rd, and then 2nd. Oh, and they've only lost out by a point. And don't tell me they lost on the last day. Where's Newcastle? Can't even see them. I'm being blind. There they are. 2-0 they won. Yeah, fine. Okay, so Renato's got there. Alejandro's basically there. Contreras at 188 will probably get there because he probably will still continue improving until he's like 29, 30. Gonzalo and Javier probably not going to. But we've had some big transfers. We've got some potential big transfers coming elsewhere. But in terms of Europe, let's have a quick look. Liverpool winning most recently. Arsenal, Real Madrid, Arsenal and PSG. So in the last 5 years, we've had a fair few. So none of these have actually won a Champions League. Have they? No, Renato's won a Champions League. He won it at PSG, hasn't he? There we go. Champions League winner. Yes. Man City, though, haven't won a Champions League since 2027. And does that count for Rivas? Was he there? He was there, but he didn't. Oh, he was at Blackburn. He went on loan to Blackburn during that time, so that doesn't count. No one else has won one. So we're going to jump through another 3 years now. 2036. They'll be 28. Still in their peak. They won't have declined just yet. Now, don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be checking in on the Copa America and the World Cup towards the end, but it is actually getting dangerously close to a potential retired Ralph Hasenhüttl. If for all the Ralph fans out there, let's just have a quick look at old Ralphie boy. He's there. He's the manager of Kosovo. Well, he's been to Burnley, Wrexham, Watford and Kosovo. He went to Wrexham. I can't believe it. When we saw Wrexham get promoted that season, Ralph was in charge. Imagine if we'd have clicked on Wrexham and we saw Ralph. Oh, I'd have gone insane. I'd have lost my mind. How disappointing is that? How disappointing is that? We've come too far. I've recorded too much video to go back and it wouldn't even be a genuine reaction. So I'm not going to do that to you, but I'm disappointed in myself. But I can't go clicking on every bloody team. But Ralph was at bloody Wrexham and got promoted. Come on, Ralph. Then he left and went to Watford. Got promoted from League One again in consecutive promotions with consecutive teams. Relegated with Burnley, relegated with Watford. Now he's the Kosovo manager. So yeah, there you go. 2036 then, here we go. Okay, so there you go. Luiz at 200, Rivas at 199, Contreras at 189. So he's not improved from his 188 really from last time. Gonzalo Leal at 184 at Lazio, and Javier Sanchez has moved to PSG at 177. So quickly, we'll have a look at that. £104 million from Borussia Dortmund, and he moved in the January of that season. So unfortunately, no trophies at Dortmund, but he's now gone and become very successful at PSG, where Mikel Arteta is in charge. They're literally taking the top Premier League managers, aren't they? He's only been there a day. Jurgen Klopp's left to go and become the manager of Valencia. What's going on? Valencia, first in the Spanish division. They've just won it. They've won it for the first time. Jurgen Klopp has been there 6 days because Pep's just won the league and buggered off. Left to go and become the manager of Bayern. He's back to Bayern. Zinedine Zidane was at Valencia first and he resigned. He's now the manager of France. Been there for a few years. Zinedine Yazid Zidane. Right, there we go. So Valencia won the bloody Spanish division. They've won the league. What's their squad saying? 180 for Gonzalo Brizzi. Good player. I mean, for a winger, disappointing. We're not really looking at wingers, are we, at this moment in time, considering that, I mean, you can't look at a 180 winger and say, great player, when we are looking at 200 ability wingers currently. Renato Luiz is fantastic. He's improved his positioning from 1 to 12 as well, so that doesn't even make a difference. 675k a week. He's at Newcastle. He's done pretty well for them. 23 goals in this most recent season. 23 goals from the wing. Wow. Javier Sanchez winning loads of trophies at PSG then. French Cup, Liga. Yeah, just absolutely dominating the French league. Gonzalo Leal at Lazio. He's playing very well. He's playing very, very well. They've won the Italian Cup, Europa League, and spoiler, Copa America. He's won the Copa America at Argentina. Unfortunately, Lazio have done sod all recently. It's just Inter Milan who are dominating. Matthias Darm's still there. Contreras at United hasn't really improved much. He is playing a hell of a lot, and he's one of their best players. Rivas at Man City, as we've discussed, he's still there. He's playing loads. 18 goals, 19 goals. God, he's done well for his goal scoring, hasn't he? So, moment of truth, Premier League, 3 years. The last 3 years have been won by 2 for City, 1 for Liverpool. I wanted Newcastle to win one, to be honest. I was hoping Newcastle had won one. Newcastle then down in 4th there, then in 4th again when Liverpool won it, and they lost it on goal difference most recently to Man City. Player of the Year, Alejandro Rivas. Young player. Top goal scorer. Renato Luiz was the Golden Boot winner. Rivas was 3rd that season there as well, same last season. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. He was in charge of Man City. Luis Enrique, of course. Champions League has been won by Man City, AC Milan and Inter Milan. Who's in charge of AC? Eduardo Coudet. Of course, Thomas Tuchel's still in charge there. Who's in charge of Arsenal? No one. It was Mikel Arteta. Oh, he's just left to go to PSG 1 day ago. Of course, that felt like a lifetime ago when we discovered that, because of course Jurgen has gone to Valencia. Yep. Okay, so 2036, we're about to jump forward 5 years. It'll be 33. 5-year jump. They're starting to decline, of course they are, but I mean, look at this. They're still doing fantastically well, and the absolute slut that is Javier Sanchez has gone and got himself another club. He's wanted by Saudi Arabia at the end of his contract, he's about to leave Newcastle on a free, representing 3 loyalty. He went to Newcastle for free from PSG, so £104 million they paid for him. He absolutely just cleaned up and won loads of trophies at PSG, who were managed by Unai Emery, another Premier League manager. Mikel Arteta was sacked. Awkward. And then he's gone to Newcastle, where he's played quite a lot. Contreras still at United at 182, so he's not lost a load of his ability points. He's wanted also by Saudi Arabia, but this time it's for a transfer. Again, playing loads for United, loads of goals as well, doing really well as that inside forward, I would assume. Gonzalo Leal at Lazio, he's unhappy about failing to reach the latter stages of the Champions League. And again, nothing for Lazio. They're just not winning anything. Finishing 3rd, and it's into... What? No, they did win. Why is it not coming up in his competitions? Lazio won the league last year. Why is that glitched out? 2039-40, he played 33 times. Because Lazio won Serie A. Lazio won the league last year by 2 points. Referee of the year is in Italy as well. Well, we never looked at that, did we? Team of the year, Gonzalo Leal on the right. So he doesn't get a mention in his biography that he's won the league, but he's in the bloody team of the year. Look at that. Gonzalo Leal has won midfield of the year for the last 5 bloody years. Why is none of this showing up then? No, nothing's showing up. All. Look, it's only showing up to bloody 2032. I don't know what's going on. Glitch. Right. Alejandro Rivas at Man City. Again, he's playing fantastically well. Loads of goals. Look at that. 15 player of the matches. In a season before, 8.02. Renato Luiz at Newcastle. He's been, well, a superstar for them. Have Newcastle won a league? No, they haven't. 3 league titles for Man City, 1 for United, 1 for Arsenal. So Luis Enrique is cleaning up at Man City. They've won multiple Champions Leagues. Valencia have won a Champions League as well. Who's in charge there? Jurgen's just retired from management. He won a Champions League with them. They've won another league. They won another couple of leagues, to be fair. Valencia have become a bit of a powerhouse. Fair play. Man City won 3 Champions Leagues in the last 5, 1 for Valencia, 1 for Liverpool. In terms of the Premier League, as I say, Man United won 1 and 3 for Man City. So Alejandro Rivas has had the best career in terms of trophies. Champions League winner, Premier League winner multiple times. It's because he's gone to Man City rather than Newcastle. Contreras, though, has managed to get himself a trophy. There he is. FA Cup winner, Premier League winner, Carabao Cup winner twice, Europa League winner down here with United. Oh, impressive. There we go. We are now in 2041. They're about to probably move to Saudi/retire in the next couple of years. So we're going to jump forward to 2043. Quickly stop in. Okay, we've lost someone. It's the Uruguayan. Diego Forlan's in charge of Uruguay. Has been for 7 years. Javier Sanchez is now an unemployed manager with horrendous attributes. His career stats, he was at Newcastle and he left to go to Al Hilal on a free, and then he retired 1 year later. In terms of everywhere else, Alejandro Rivas has left Man City to go to Salento on 400 grand a week. Who the hell is Salento? Well, Tchouameni's in charge on 54k a week. Okay, I thought he'd be on more. Domestic leagues then. So they've been up in Serie A they're in Serie A in real life. They've only gone down into Serie B once. How the hell have they managed to swing that? Tycoon in 2035. So they've not done much. They've done some facilities upgrading, but I don't think they've done much in terms of signing massive players. Alejandro Rivas is their best player at 35. Yeah, he's turned himself into a model professional. Renato Luiz is wanted by Saudi Arabia, still at Newcastle. Contreras, wanted by Saudi, still at Newcastle. Gonzalo, still at Lazio, wanted by Saudi Arabia. So last couple of years have been into an AC. Italian Cup. Lazio have just won the Italian Cup, so I'm sure that will show up on Gonzalo's bio. Like he doesn't play club football since 2032. Mental. Premier League then, 2 wins for Arsenal. You got to say, he must be disappointed. Not so disappointed. They've just won the Champions League with Newcastle. Fair play. Eddie Howe is still in charge of Newcastle. Go on, Eddie lad. Sorry, no, not still in charge of Newcastle. Back in charge of Newcastle. Left in 2024. Sacked in 2024, should I say. Went to Fulham. Plowed his trade there. Got promoted. Left and went become the Nice manager. Went and then became the Everton manager, where he got sacked. Sacked as Everton manager, then became the England manager. Resigned, went to Marseille, won the cup, then went to Roma, sacked, went back to Newcastle, and here he is winning the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Community Shield and the Champions League. Unfortunately, he's not won a Premier League, and neither has Renato. I don't think he's going to now. Portsmouth, violation of budget rules, are 13th in the Premier League. 5 points deducted from him as well. Yeah, unfortunately, they're all going to go to Saudi Arabia almost certainly now. Even Alejandro Rivas, who went to Salento. So 1 more year. They'll probably all sign 1 year contracts in Saudi Arabia and then they'll retire. That's just the way it goes in this football manager. You go to Saudi Arabia, retire a year later. So Contreras is still at United. Leal still is at Lazio. Rivas, he's on £1.6 million a week. Still got an outstanding contract. And so has Luiz. I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it. Newcastle have finally won the bloody Premier League the season after he goes. Steven Bergwijn, Eddie Howe left to go and become the manager of Bayern Munich. So, yeah, a rogue appointment because Pep was sacked and Ruben Loftus-Cheek was the manager of Bayern Munich and he left that to go and become the manager of Manchester City. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is the Manchester City manager. Go forward another year and we've lost 2 and the contract for Contreras is expiring. He's at United still. Gonzalo went to Al Hilal. He's on 825k a week. I've just been through. They're all gone. So that is the end of today's experiment. Man City won the league. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a Premier League winner. There you go. In terms of the Copa America, then we're going to have a quick look over the Copa Americas. And it has been 2 for Uruguay, 1 for Argentina, and 3 for Brazil. So Renato won 3, Uruguay and Javier won 2, and bloody Gonzalo Leal at Argentina did win a couple as well. Sorry, just the 1. The World Cup has most recently been won by Wales against England in the final. Ecuador have got to 2 finals in a row, 2026 and 2030. Did not give Ecuador one of these players, but for some reason they seem to have a golden generation that came through in 26 and 30, got to the finals. Belgium beating France, Germany beating Brazil. So Brazil are the only team that have actually done anything in a World Cup, finishing 2nd and 3rd. Ireland in 3rd there, but Wales have beaten England in the 2042 World Cup with Henrik Mkhitaryan as the manager. But it wasn't Henrik Mkhitaryan that did won the World Cup. And no, it was Steve Cooper, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Cooper won the World Cup and now he's gone to become the manager of Belgium. Henrik Mkhitaryan being in charge of Wales is hilarious. for a start. And Wales winning the World Cup by beating England is also hilarious. 1-0 in the final. Lorenzo Micheli, who's now retired, and as you would. I mean, to be fair, Leon Owen is at 186. He's a fantastic talent, but no one else is really that good. 140s and 150s, and he's only a right back. Maybe a few players have retired. It was 5 years ago. Oh dear. Look at that. Look at the freckles. Awful. Right. Should we have a quick look at the golden ball? The World Golden Ball. Renata Louise, there you go, with 3 there between 2035 and 2038. He won it 3 times. Gonzalo, of course, won it there in 2040. I'll tell you what, quick note on Gonzalo. Quick note on Renato. Alejandro Rivas also won it there. Quick note on Contreras. And don't think it's going to be required for Javier. We'll keep an eye out for Javier. There we go. Renato with 3, Rivas with 2, 1 for Gonzalo Leal. That's it for the Ballon d'Or. So 3 for Renata Louise. But it's Alejandro Rivas who had the better career in terms of trophies, even though he got 1 less Ballon d'Or. Footballer of the Year, again, Rivas here with 6. 6-1 he won. 6-2. Sorry, my mistake. Player of the Year. 3-1 to Rivas. And the World Team of the Year. No one's going to be there, but all seasons. Well, Rivas is on one wing and Renata Louise is unfortunately only on the bench. Jude Bellingham, of course, is a central attacking midfielder. Look at this, Fiorini. Who's this guy? Oh, we saw him win a few Ballon d'Ors. Yeah, he's not bad. Not bad. 198 potential ability. Done very well for Inter Milan, a team that have dominated. No wonder they dominated with him up front. But that's it. That's the end of today's experiment. I hope you've had a good time, ladies and gentlemen. Realist is a fantastic personality then. I will go and sign that player post haste. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. More personalities coming very, very soon. More experiments coming very, very soon. Any suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, take good care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.